What's up, my friends? Yeah, 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 yeah. What is going on? My goodness. Gather round. It is time to get started. Hold on. I got to post this. I got to get this on Discord as quickly as possible. And I suck at making this happen. Okay. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 8th of June, 2021. This show comes to you each and every day at about the same time from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now.
This is Bob from Grand Rapids, and you're listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast. If you're new to the show, this is a guy who will make you laugh and make you cry. Some days you'll want to hug him, and some days you'll want to punch him in the face. Yes. But most importantly, if you disagree with something he says, don't worry. He'll change his mind in a couple of days anyway. And now here he is, Eric Zane.
Thank you, Bob. Delivered with passion, enthusiasm. That's the way you do it right there. Hey, if you're in the mood to make a intro for the show, you can be featured prominently right here in the Eric Zane Show podcast. Just do it like Bob did. Record that thing. Send it along. We'll feature you as an intro on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Well, welcome to you all. This is a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures Monday through Friday at about this same time. Several ways you can enjoy the show. Saying hello to my pals on Discord. If you don't know what that is, that's a long process to explain it. So just know, if you know, you know. In fact, I will put the link up on the live chat if people ever want to check that out. That way they can get the show just in its audio format. I don't have all the bugs worked out of that yet. If I play audio like the show intro there, they wouldn't hear that on Discord. They just hear my voice. There's a couple of things I need to make that happen, which means it'll never happen. You know how it is with me. My goodness. So, all right. Yeah, that's how you can get the show, of course. Also, Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Share that thing. Like it. Off you go. Thank you to the fans on Facebook. I'll try not to get kicked off today. I got kicked off Facebook yesterday because I played audio from the stupid MMA fight. Not MMA. Floyd Mayweather fight. And I don't like that. I had a feeling that would happen, but I rolled the dice. I can no longer roll the dice. It just kind of messes things up for people. And I don't like doing that. So apologies. Twitter, on Twitter, Periscope video on Twitter, please retweet it. And if you could, put a snarky comment in there, brought to you by Blue Frost IT, the almighty YouTube. You can see this show, Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, bell notification, thumbs up, off you go. I'm on Instagram. Follow me there, Eric Zane Show on Instagram. Brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. And if you ever want to send me an email, I got a lot of emails in the last day or so. If you could just send it along on the Shoreliners striping inbox. Shoreliners, those people stripe parking lots, for God's sake. Make your parking lot look great and set a great first impression in motion. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Okay. Hang on. I already sound terrible. All right. Yesterday is a absolute blur. As the Duchess of New Jersey joins us, is that the nickname for one Kate? That's kind of great. I like that. Kate joining us all the way from New Jersey, and wherever you are, thank you so much for being part of this show. All right. Yesterday, Monday, I got back after training after getting blistered by one Mike Ball. Mike Ball, of course, from MB Distributing, longtime friend, and kind of a pseudo-sponsor of the show right now. Wanting to do more things, but more importantly, what this is about is I forgot how we got to the point of wanting to race each other in the Grand Rapids half marathon coming up on October 17th. I don't even remember the initial conversation of how I'm better than you. No, I'm better than you. Now, I had no idea that Mike is probably the strongest he's ever been. So now my work is cut out for me because this guy is just killing it in endurance sports right now. Triathlons. He's getting ready to do another Ironman or some shit like that. Oh, God. And here I am eating like an idiot, getting fat as hell, and not training. So with about 18 weeks to the race, at some point I should start, you know? Last week was a wash. This week, all right, let's try it. I get out on the track, and I'll just say that I'm satisfied that I actually finished the workout. There has to be an unbelievable spike in the increasing of my strength in order to have any shot at this, or him to get hurt, I think. So we have to keep our fingers crossed that some type of injury will slow Mike down, because oh my God. The second, I did 2 1-mile repeats. I've talked about how I do this before. The first one was slow. The second one, I almost stopped. It's so bad. I did finish it, though. Okay, I felt good about that. It's hot as hell. Actually, it was raining. It felt really good. And so, yeah, I get it done. And then I got home, and, well, we still have a lot of ice cream left over from the graduation party. So I can't let that go to waste. So I kind of nullified any type of advancements I made in getting stronger by eating 2 fudge bars. I felt so good about myself, too, because after running, I headed out. I actually had to go out to eat with some friends who I'm getting married. I'm marrying them. You know how I do that? I was supposed to do that for the tarantula farmer, but my mom passed. But I'm marrying this couple this weekend. So we went out to eat with them. And I had a salad. I had a chicken breast salad. And I was like, easy. I got this. I had a great day today. I got my workout done. I didn't eat like an idiot. And then I went home. And I went, oh, God. I opened up the freezer. There they are, staring me in the face. Eat me, asshole. Eat me. I go, oh, okay. Yeah, I will. So I inhaled one. And then I opened the freezer back up and got another and killed that too. Okay. But I feel good that I got a little bit of a workout in. It's remarkable how far behind I am. I also spoke with my friends at the AT Children's Project. Mike had the great idea about making our little engagement a fundraiser. And I think the idea he has in its current form is the one that's going to be great, really. We can set it up where I would direct you to a website. I'd have the link or whatever, and I haven't yet set it up. And you would donate $25, and then we would have you pick who you think is going to win, and most of you would pick Mike Ball. And then the margin of victory the person you pick would have over the other one. So Mike Ball, and I'll take a 9-minute victory. Okay, so let's say Mike wins. Then we take the person whose time is closest to Mike. Okay, actual time to complete the race. I should say margin of victory. Let's say he beats me. Someone says 9 minutes, and then he beats me by 9 minutes, 30 seconds. That person would win. Now, what do you win? Well, I haven't figured that out yet. Okay, but I have some ideas in place that would sweeten the pot for you. But ultimately, this is a fundraiser for sick kids. Okay, it's perfect timing because the AT Children's Project, I went into detail 1 week ago to the day about how they're incredibly underfunded. So this would be a fun way to raise money for the AT Children's Project. So that is the plan. That is the plan. And this is one that it doesn't require, like some of the times when I commit to something and then it's like, oh, God, I've bit off more than I can chew. There's no way. That is pretty much 99% of any promise that I make on this show. We're doing this. And then we don't do it. You know, everybody's come to learn that it's the funny thing of the Eric Zane Show podcast, Broken Promise Challenge. But this one, considering the fact of where it comes from and how important it is, I don't think that this is going to slip through the cracks. Famous last words. But honestly, I did speak with the folks at the AT Children's Project, and they said, all right, let's get going on this. So, okay. As of June 28th, we will be 16 weeks out to the big race. Pre-training has begun. Eating like shit has begun. I am just under the heaviest I've ever been, according to the scale that I was on yesterday. Okay, 176.4. Heaviest I've ever been was 177. Okay. So the ice cream bars aren't going to help. Why was I getting weighed yesterday? Because I was at the doctor, for God's sake. Yes. I said, enough. I need to get to a doctor. I might even have mentioned that yesterday that I was going to go to a doctor for this poison ivy. It is it's showing up in spots that I didn't notice right away, like my belly. It's right on my muffin top. I've got these puffy red welts everywhere. My arms are a disaster. Both arms are a disaster. I got various spots in random places of my body, right underneath my left tit or right tit, and it just sucks. It just I am miserable. Okay, somebody suggested I take a little bit more Benadryl. I was only taking one tablet. I took two, and yeah, it does ease off take the edge off of the itch, but I'm medicated and I feel weird. I'm loopy. I feel like I'm slurring my speech. You may not notice it, but I notice it. So, okay. Still blowing up and itchy. Like you'll notice, like right now, I am putting my thumb in the waistband of my shorts and just right around where your belt line is. That's where it's, oh my God, it's just killing me. So I go to the doc and we have a conversation. It's actually the physician's assistant. So that's good. She can prescribe the medicine, and it's very simple for her to diagnose it. I basically just show it to her, and she goes, yep, you got it. That is definitely poison ivy. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to put you on. Some of you suggested this. Thank you very much. Prednisone. Now, by the way, yesterday there was a lot of suggestions, including pour lacquer thinner on your arm and your belly, and where put lacquer thinner on there. That'll cure it right up. Now, I don't think that works. Spray WD-40. I had somebody suggest I put Listerine on it. Yeah, this works. I've got home remedies. I've got some that are based on medicine, like somebody suggested prednisone. That is what we're going with. We are going with prednisone. It was not Carmen. Carmen is just an amazing person over at the doctor's office. It was Amy. I was talking to Amy. Oh, God. Kate says steroids. Stevie says road rage coming in 3, 2. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I go, well, what about this prednisone? She goes, okay. You must take this with food, okay? And I go, yeah, sounds good. She goes, so have it and take it first thing in the morning. I've done all this. I did it right. I did not, already try to do it my own way, which is very typical. She says, take it with food. And here's the problem with prednisone. It gives you more energy. Here's what you'll notice. You'll be more energetic. You'll be wound up, and it will more than likely affect your sleep. And I'm like, oh, great. It's a one time that I can just shut everything down and just rest. I don't need to be going through, sleep issues. And she goes, you have it's a dose that's going to reduce. Like day 1, you take 6 of these little tabs with your breakfast. Day 2, 6 tabs. Day 3, 5 tabs. Day 4, 5 tabs. And it works through every 2 days. You lower it by 1 tab till you're down to none. And she goes, it's also likely going to increase your appetite. You will always feel hungry. I'm like, oh, great. That's everything I need. Being more hungry. Let's see. Prednisone side effects. What are the worst side effects of prednisone? Hiccups, growth of facial hair, thinning and easy bruising of the skin, impaired wound healing, glaucoma, cataracts, ulcers in the stomach and duodenum, and puffiness or moon face. Puffiness of the face, or they actually describe it as moon face. Oh, my God. Steroid drugs such as prednisone work by lowering the activity of the immune system. The immune system is your body's defense system. No kidding. Steroids work by slowing your body's response to disease or injury. Prednisone can help lower certain immune-related symptoms, including inflammation and swelling. Okay. This one. Does prednisone make you feel weird? While this powerful steroid drug is helpful for many, it also packs a variety of side effects, including restlessness, weight gain, and irritability. Awesome. Can you eat egg whites while taking prednisone? Can you eat eggs? My advice is to limit your food to whole foods, vegetables. Do you say legumes? Nuts, seeds, eggs, fish, meat, and a limited amount of whole fresh fruit, healthy fats such as avocado, olive oil, plain yogurt, cheeses, whole grains like oats, unsweetened oatmeal, and quinoa. I had oatmeal today, but I put sugar in it. So basically, ice cream bars are not part of the equation. All right. We'll see how this goes. But, and she goes, you can still take the Benadryl too. You can take that. That's fine. Hopefully that would stop the itch. Kate says, a lot of those things you describe is long-term usage. Dirk says, would your moon face be from the steroid or from 50 pounds of candy and leftover ice cream? That's great. Chris writes, that wasn't exactly serious with the lacquer thinner. Well, I don't know if it was you who said it. I'm guessing it was because you said that. Hell, how am I supposed to know? What if I went out there and started pouring lacquer thinner on my arm, idiot? Josh says, donate the ice cream to us. I'll even share with the Schaefers. No, because then the other people in this family will kill me. I can't have that. Megan says, Amy takes care of me at the doctor's office. So I'm talking to her, and then she says, by the way, your shingles vaccine is due, your second dose of the shingles vaccine, but I'm not going to give it to you because your immune system is going to be weakened anyway because of the prednisone. So we're going to hold off on that. I'm like, well, that's why you're in charge. That's why you know things. And then she says, has there been any changes since the last time you were in here? And I go, well, I told the doctor already, but I had donated a kidney. I don't know if that changes anything for you. And she goes, oh, I know. She goes, I listen to your podcast. I go, oh, okay, yeah. Well, there you go then. So that is always, whenever I hear someone out of the blue say, yeah, I listen, I'm always shocked, it seems like, because being as far away from radio as I have been when it was, there was more going on, more visibility, I guess, people sometimes just don't know that the podcast even exists. I have billboards up. I do my best to be active on social media to do that. Sometimes it might take a little interaction, just like happened to my pal Jason Schaefer, who was wearing an Eric Zane Show podcast Dear Meathead t-shirt when over the weekend he was pumping gas or something like that, and he happened to have an interaction. He noticed that people were looking at the shirt, and they go, what is that? What? And he goes, yeah, it's Eric Zane. He's got a podcast. It's he explained where the show was and all that. And these people are like, we had no idea. No one had any idea. That is the battle. That is always the battle. Josh says, I'm just trying to help you get rid of the temptation of the ice cream. Yeah, I know. I'm not one of these people that says it must be out of the house for me to not eat it. I'd like to think that I'm not that weak, because sometimes I am pretty weak. There's no question. All right. So that is what's going on with that. It is just killing me, the poison ivy. But all right, still blowing up. But I think we're on the right path. They said about a day and a half, and it'll start to turn. It'll start to feel better. And that's all I'm looking for, because I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm like scratching. I've got broken skin, okay, from doing that. And this is just, and she goes, boy, you have it everywhere. And she goes, I could just give you this particular type of topical, and that would help. She goes, but you'd go through one tube of it in a day. So, okay, we're just going to have to do it this way. Do it internally. There you go. Hey, if you ever want a t-shirt like Jason Maze's that kind of spreads the word about the Eric Zane Show podcast, you are really helping if you get a t-shirt. EricZaneShow.com. Click on merch and check it out. Shop. The open and the live stream of the show brought to you by Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. Absolutely great. What you need to do is you need to reach out to them and get a complimentary consultation as to how they do what they do. Like, let's say in your office, you need a bunch of new gear. You know it's slow. You know it sucks. The workers are unhappy. Sit down with Blue Frost IT about the needs of your business with a complimentary consultation. And Alan will tell you, okay, this is what would make your business work, be more efficient. Okay, time is money. Okay, he can set all that stuff up. He can retrofit your office if you want to, or if you have a new office that you're moving into, he can make sure that all the appropriate network infrastructure is built into the walls so that it is super easy to be online and working. Excuse me. Then initiate the agreement for a managed IT service provider. Then he'll transition from setting up your stuff after you buy it to being the managed IT service provider, offering support whenever your tech happens to have an issue, constantly keeping it updated, all from Blue Frost IT, online at bluefrostit.com. Okay. Do not forget about Cornhole America. Cornholeamerica.com. If you want a set of cornhole boards, brand new, custom-made cornhole boards, reach out to them at Cornhole America. When you get to their website, search Eric Zane Show. My boards are up there, okay? I had dark hair in the picture. I was freaking dyeing it. That's embarrassing. Cornholeamerica.com. Anywhere in the USA, they will ship them to you. You can just figure out what you want. You'll talk to Jason, who runs the show over there. Very easy to do. And he will mail them off to you. Mail you your boards. They'll be at your place before you know it. Send them anywhere in the USA. Reach out to them about having a fundraiser. Okay, if you ever decide you want to raise money for some people, consider a cornhole competition. People sign up, they pay money to sign up, okay, and then you're going to raise a ton of money. Cornhole America can walk you through all of those steps. Thank you to them. Jacob Bennett and Jason Bennett at Bennett Flooring Installation. They're cousins. 616-318-0167. Are you tired of the floor looking the way it does? Okay. Man, I hate the carpet in this room. I want to do something different. Go ahead and rip it out yourself. That'll save you some money. They can do that if you want, but do it the easy way. Do all the work that you can do. And when the final step of laying the flooring down needs to take place, that's when Bennett Flooring Installation gets involved. Because you've taken out all of that busy nonsense work of getting the old stuff out, it's going to save you a lot of money. Great way to save money and have it look awesome is Bennett Flooring Installation. If you don't, it's going to look like shit. And that's the last thing you want, especially if your significant other, like mine, right in that room, is like, seriously, don't start. Don't do it. It's going to look terrible. It's going to be all dumb. You're going to get mad. It's going to cost us more money. Just have Jacob do it. That's what you do. Reach out to them at Bennett Flooring Installation, 616-318-0167. That's 616-318-0167. All right. We have Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia happening today at 10:30. It's been off for a couple of weeks. I've got Zaniac Chris S. taking on Dale. Should be a good time. We'll have that promptly at 10:30. The Patreon bonus podcast happens again at 11 a.m. Okay. Take a quick look around, see what's going on, make sure everybody's behaving. Tim K is there. Good morning. Hope your health is in order. Chris says you'll be good with the medicine. I get poison ivy every year. Steroids for the worst cases works well. Kent says I had a steroid that had a side effect of sweating a lot. I woke up thinking I peed the bed. Kenny drops moon face or planet face. You decide. I hope to God I don't get moon face. We'll see. If you notice me blowing up, if you could, like a sequence of pictures of my face getting more and more puffy. Jeez. All right. Megan says yes to the AT fundraiser. So what I'm thinking is this. We could work it like if with all of the sponsors, the ones that can offer something, they can be part of it. So like I would reach out to all of the businesses. I mean, I don't know what I would be able to do with like Gift of Life or Mario Flores. You win a free mortgage, but there is something we can do. And so I'll do that. And the winner would get like a big prize package of things that would that they could utilize the sponsors. Because, I mean, I'm not lying. I don't have a ton of cash to give away or anything like that. But still, this could be a lot of fun. Kent says it's like Super Bowl squares for amateur runners. Yeah, except that you have more information. You go into that just kind of like randomly throwing your initials at a spot on the board. This, you're going to have an educated guess as to, first of all, who's going to win the race. And then based on what you've learned, is he going to beat me by 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes? Okay. So I'm pretty excited about that. It'll be good. Oh, man. Megan says, me and the treadmill had some quality time this morning. Man, I'm out of shape, she says. Megan says you cannot wish an injury on people. Well, yes, you're right. I should not do that. But at the same time, that is the only way right now that I feel I can win this. Megan says, even if we can't offer a free mortgage, it could be gift baskets / cards. Not a bad idea. You see, that's exactly why I run stuff by you guys. Dirk says, Eric, I clocked in at 210 today. We can have our own race to 200. I think you're taller than me, though, Dirk. I think you're a bigger dude. Kenny says, I'd kill for 210, Dirk. What is the name of the race between Eric Zane and Mike Ball going to be? Haven't gotten that far yet. I will leave you. I'll leave some of that to you guys. If you think you have a name for it, throw it out there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is podcast number 600. 600 times. Now, truth be told, there have been a few that I didn't add to the count, like the like the best of shows, but still, this is the 600th new podcast. So it's hard to believe that we are 2 years, 6 months, and 1 day into this. 2 years, 6 months, and 1 day. On BBL, I was on for 2 years, 2.5 months, or I'm sorry, 2 years, 8.5 months, roughly. So we're getting closer and closer to the point of the longest I've been outside of GRD doing one thing. So that's just phenomenal. I'm so happy about that, and I owe it all to you guys. As the legend Mike Ball checks in with the comment, late to the party today, folks. Had to get a swim in. What kind of trash is Fatty talking this morning? Well, I'll have you know, jackass, that there was none. No trash talk. Just basically talking about how the day went yesterday with finally getting a workout completed and then washing it down with 2 ice cream bars. So shut up. Cannot believe you average like 6:35 a mile for your 5K. How did you get so fast? You have never been this fast, though. Man. All right, so we'll see where this takes us. If you have a name for our contest that we're going to have, send it along. I would love to hear it. Yesterday, there was some scuttle coming out of the TV room where the NFK is in his natural habitat. By the way, some of you seen him in the natural habitat. You get an idea of what my house looks like all the time. Hunkering down for a solid 14 hours a day of viewing television. I come walking down the steps after the podcast, and I hear, "Hey, Eric!" "Yeah, hey, buddy, how are you?" Now, the string of obscenities in what he said was stellar, and you guys don't witness that. When he's very, very polite when he's around new people or people that he knows, doesn't know, I should say. Like when you showed up at the graduation party or he ran into people, he is as pleasant as they come. When he's around us, because he's comfortable, that's when he swears like a freaking trucker. He makes me look innocent. Daisy. And he says, "I figured it out." Okay. What? What did you figure out? We've been having this issue with this damn squirrel who keeps going after the bird feeder. So we put that baffle on it, and that is extremely effective. Little fucker climbs up, and then he gets to the baffle. He can't get around it, and then voila. But these things are smart. And because we noticed that he was a handful of days ago, the damn squirrel was hanging on to the damn bird feeder and just going to town on it. We had to scare him away. He goes, "I figured out how that son of a bitch gets on the motherfucking bird feeder." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, what is it?" He's like, "That son of a bitch gets on top of the bird bath, and then he jumps and he leaps. It's like a ninja warrior right onto it, and then that's what the son of a bitch does." And I'm like, "Oh my God." So it was an incredible string of obscenities. And I go, "Well, thank you, Kevin. I'm glad you told me. Had you not told me, I wouldn't be able to move the frickin' bird feeder." So that is mystery solved about how the squirrel gets to the bird feeder. Okay. And he told me all about it. By the way, he had a foot doctor appointment the other day, and this time I opted not to go in with him. Okay. It's just incredible because the doc said to him, "You need to wash your feet twice a day and put this medicine on them." That was 7-8 weeks ago. He hasn't done that once. His foot has not been washed. Well, a couple times since July 30th, as far as I know. And it's unbelievable. It's horrible. This is the time of the year, too, when he walks around with like no socks. And I'm like, oh, God. It's bad. Not good at all. And so I opted not to go into the room with him, other than just basically saying, "All right, dude, you need to help me understand why you don't like taking care of yourself." Because I don't, if something terrible happens to him because he doesn't wash his feet, that's going to be the worst thing ever. The fact that he is sitting there and the doc has to look at those things. I mean, the doc probably has to take a couple of weeks off after every visit there because these things look so damn gnarly. Unbelievable. So that's what's going on in his world. This story sent in by Dirk. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate this. It is concerning, boy, I don't know. What could possibly go wrong, right? Amazon is enabling something known as Sidewalk. I had no idea what this is or what it was. On millions of devices today. Now, I want you to pay attention here because if you don't do this, you could very well be linked up with your neighbor at some point if there's like a power outage. If you're using one of Amazon's products, like the Echo or Tile, you have less than 24 hours. Well, it's today, so this story is a day old, to opt out of sharing your digital bandwidth with the company. Amazon will turn on its, quote, Sidewalk Bridge service on Tuesday, today, on millions of devices, and the only way to have it turned off is to manually opt out of the service. Sidewalk is Amazon's way of trying to create a network of interconnected devices, both their own and other third-party created. Devices would use Sidewalk Bridge to connect to each other through Bluetooth and radio frequencies to each other, like to random people or people in your neighborhood. You'd be connected to them if you don't enable this. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? According to this article, it says, don't worry, it's not as confusing as it may sound. It works like this. An Amazon Echo is connected to your home network. It's also automatically connected as a bridge to any other Sidewalk-enabled device in range of device A when Sidewalk is enabled. All of those devices, like your neighbor's Echo device in the range of device A, are also connected to every other Sidewalk-enabled device in their ranges as well. Thus, it creates a mesh-type network of all the Sidewalk devices that are connected together. Oh, my God. I don't know why, but normally I'm not really that creeped out by something like this. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. But this one, I kind of am. The devices then can share internet data / connectivity, even if they are not on their home network. Amazon says it's a small portion of your home's bandwidth with a maximum speed of 80 kilobytes per second, and monthly data is capped at 500 MB. Consider this example. Your home network goes out because of a power or internet outage. Any Sidewalk-enabled devices at your home could still connect to the internet by using your neighbor's devices that still have power or the internet. So your Ring camera could use the neighbor's shared data to push some alerts. Amazon said the bandwidth won't allow video streaming if the devices are within range. While it may sound intimidating or scary, it's already been enabled on some devices before. Specifically, Sidewalk has been available for Ring, Spotlight, and Floodlight cameras since last year. According to Amazon, there's a full list of devices with Spotlight set to be enabled, including Ring Floodlight Cam, Spotlight Cam Wired, Echo Dot for Kids, Echo Show, Echo Studios, and on and on. So what can you do if you don't want to be involved in Sidewalk? It's relatively easy to turn the system off in your Echo devices. And I'll link this up so you can see it for yourself. But it basically involves opening the Alexa app, navigate to the settings, account settings, Amazon Sidewalk, click the radio button for disabled. You can choose to leave it on, but disable the community findings aspect. On the Ring devices, open the Ring app, navigate to Control Center, Amazon Sidewalk, disabled, confirm. For more on Amazon's view of Sidewalk security, click here for a white paper on the issue from the company. Okay, but is it really that important that we all be connected? I mean, seriously. If you get disconnected because of whatever reason, power outage, network outage, I mean, it's going to come back. Do we really need to be counting on someone else's data like this? Is this really the way to go? I mean, it seems to me like in this day and age, when anybody can virtually get into your system if they try hard enough, making that have more access to something terrible, I don't know if I like that at all. Kate says, I don't have any of those types of products in my home. Jason Mays, who knows a thing or two about this, says both AT&T and Comcast already do this with their home gateway devices. Nothing new here, really. Is that why when I show up at some places, I can log on to Xfinity Wi-Fi or whatever it is? Jason says, replying to Kate, we have a portal. We unplug it when not using just for this reason. Josh says, so you can talk to your neighbors. Imagine people dropping in while we're yelling at the kids or yelling for other reasons. Side question. Schaefer says, Eric, Mike Ball, Joe, or any of the other types of runners ever have any issues with athletes' foot over the years? Well, yeah. I think that is basically like a fungus. So if you have that issue, you would put one of those antifungals on there and clean out the shoe or get a new shoe. Because, I don't know, I'm thinking that you might be constantly reinfecting yourself if the shoe is loaded with disease, which is probably the case in Mike Ball's shoe. I can't talk any trash. How did you like the cameo, Mike? Did you end up playing it for the kids? Because I think at least your oldest one, Evan, is old enough to hear that. I think he actually subscribes to the podcast. I will be on the show Who Are These Podcasts? Coming up again. It is scheduled to record on the 26th of June to be released on the 27th. That is when the new episode of Who Are These Podcasts will drop. No idea what show I will be reviewing. Carl usually lets me know the week of, but I will absolutely be ready for that. I'm looking forward to being on his show. It's a great show. And a lot of visibility for your old pal Eric Zane. Always is good. That's how we were able to lock in Principled Uncertainty from Northern Ireland, which we have not heard from since like that first week. I think he's like, oh, fuck, man. I don't even like this. Why am I even supporting this? Or he's dead. I have no idea. Schaefer says the cameo was epic. Another beautiful one take. Does the NFK have gout? If so, beer is a determining factor. He'd have to kiss the Dirty 30 bye-bye. That is never going to happen. I can promise you that. Had a conversation with the NFK talking about his neuropathy, which I think he has a doctor's appointment tomorrow. And he said, all right, buddy. There is no way, if they say to me, you have to stop drinking, I am not going to stop drinking. I'm just telling you that. I'm getting out in front of it. So I was like, hey, look, no problem. I don't think it's a problem, but he is steadfast. He loves his life. A very, very simple man. He loves nothing more than not bathing, not taking care of himself, watching TV for 14 hours a day, and drinking the Dirty 30. Okay. I think the medicine might be giving me cotton mouth. I am going to get a drink of water because I feel like shit. Okay. Anna will take a pee. Okay. So there's that. And I will be right back right after this. for timing. All right. I might have mentioned this before, but I went to see that film, Quiet Place Part 2. I really like that movie. Something about the concept of aliens on the planet. This goes right together with my old school what puts me to sleep dream of me fighting the aliens. I am not kidding you. There have been numerous times that I'm sitting there sound asleep or trying to fall asleep. And the only way that I can do it is by, laying in bed thinking that the aliens are coming down, and then I show up, and then I've got superpowers, and I kick the aliens' asses, and then save humanity. Okay. This film is one of those films. And so zombie movies, I love zombie movies. I love, good versus evil, monsters, shit like that. This is everything that I've always liked about a movie. And this one has it. It's really great. So if you haven't seen the first one, probably a good idea to see it, but you don't have to. It wasn't bad. Josh says, I thought your dream was the baseball game. That's another go-to. It just depends on the day. Independence Day, awesome. Wasn't there a sequel to Independence Day? Wasn't there a second one that came out? I think I saw it and it sucked. Because I don't remember a damn thing about it. So, Quiet Place Part 2. Check it out. I recommend it. I like that film. Okay. Patreon bonus podcast happens today after Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia. Always a good time on Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. $5 or $10 a month. Sign up and off you go. We have Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia with Dale happening at 10:30 this morning. And, so it should be good. You can really support the show in a great way by signing up for $5 or $10 a month to my Patreon. If you want, convert it to a yearly, and I will save you 10%. My God. Oh, boy. Oh, God, I just feel terrible. I swear it must be something to do with what this freaking poison ivy and the medicine. It's just, I feel terrible. I never feel this bad. I feel like I'm trying to draw blood from a stone with this show. Like everything in my brain is like not adding up. My brain feels foggy. I apologize if you're like, boy, what's wrong with this energy today? I feel like I can't even talk. This is rough. Got to power through. I talked to Jason Mays at JM. There it is again. I cannot enunciate. What the fuck? JM Synthetics. Jason Mays is staying on board with the show, and that makes me very, very happy. If you are a DIY pro and you need some type of lubricants, call upon JM Synthetics. JMSynthetics.com. Pick out the AMSOIL products that you're interested in, and then call Jason, 616-747-0233. Tell him what you need, and he'll take care of the rest. You Venmo him the cash, and then he sends everything to you. It's that simple. JM Synthetics, online at jmsynthetics.com. All right. Also, thanks to BK Guns and Stuff. Great group over there. Thank you to BK Guns and Stuff. If you need anything done, customization, repair, cleaning, BK Guns and Stuff is the place to get it done. Reach out to them, 616-902-2447. Text or call. I think you should do text. Say, hey, I want to send you my gun. You can send it from anywhere in the U.S. It doesn't have to be here in West Michigan. For BK Guns and Stuff. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. So I got a JM Synthetics Here I got a BK Guns and Stuff and an A&E Heating and Cooling. 616-516-8579. Get the AC tuned up so it's running well. $79. That's all it's going to cost you. If you need a new AC install, a Comfort Maker air conditioner will be installed, and Joe will throw in the Remy Halo for free. How about that? The Remy Halo, great device. You'll install that into your home's existing system, and you will have clean air circulating throughout your house. Thank you, A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. I'm telling you, I can hear me slurring my speech. Everything feels weird. Let's see. Humidity isn't helping with the walking, Kenny says. Sarah says, go eat some leftovers. Josh says, sounds like you need some lube for your mouth. Stevie says, if your face is swelling or going to swell, if it stands to reason that your lips will swell too, no wonder you can't speak. My God. This is not great. Kid Rock flipped out the other day. Seems like every time I see Kid Rock these days, he's screaming and yelling at someone. I don't know if that has to do with Trump losing the election, but I remember he was freaking out at his bar in Nashville about he was ripping on Oprah Winfrey or some shit like that. This is the latest.
Future. Fuck your iPhone. You can post this dick right now. You fucking but with your phones.
Okay. He doesn't like that someone has a cell phone out and is recording him. He showed up at some bar in Nashville and he was just singing. Fuck you with your fucking iPhone.
Future. Fuck your iPhone. You can post this dick right now.
You can post his dick right now. And then he then takes it to another level and calls him fucking F rhymes with baggots.
You fucking but with your phones.
Wow. On social media, they're like, okay, he's in deep trouble. No, he's not. There is no way Kid Rock, anything bad would ever happen to Kid Rock. First of all, he hasn't made music in years. Okay? So, I don't know about that. I don't know if there's any cancellation. It's not like Morgan Wallen, where Morgan Wallen was at the tip top of the heap. And I think that what he says here is actually worse than Morgan Wallen. And I don't think he gives a shit about any of that. This guy seems uncancelable to me. TMZ says, dropped a homophobic slur like it was nothing while on mic at a bar in Tennessee and ranting about people recording with him with their phones. First of all, I personally do not like to do that. I have been at shows where I've busted it out. And then it's like, wait a minute, why am I doing this? I'm not going to watch this. This is terrible. Maybe a still image, but recording footage, it just seems like such a pain in the ass. Oh, I'm not sticking my finger in my ear. It's on the top of it. I think I've got a friggin' poison ivy spot on my ear. So he hates that people record his show. I admit that if I was performing and everybody was on their phones shooting if they were looking at the phone and not paying attention to my performance, if I was a singer, I take it back. I am a singer. If I started singing right now, I know you guys would be just completely enamored with it and would just love it because of the quality. All right. But the idea of, I don't know. I think performers on stage, if you don't have a rule in place that you have to that you can't have the phone there, then I don't think you can. I mean, it was an impromptu appearance that he just made. He just showed up. People want to see him. They shoot his video, and then that's it. You know, I think you got a bigger problem if no one cares and no one records a video. That's when you have problems. So you might want to be careful of what you wish for. You know, no more phones. You can't record me. So I don't have I have more of a problem with him being pissed off at people about the phone than, well, I kind of have a problem with what he said. You know, it's a little bit rough, but people like Kid Rock just does not care. Megan says, and now I won't be getting those Kid Rock tickets for Mount Pleasant this summer. Not cool saying F rhymes with Baggett. Megan says, pride flag flying at my house. I stand behind it. Kenny adds, so why is anyone surprised at that by Kid Rock? I don't think anybody is. I think that the people who want to cancel him, they're in for a rude awakening because you can't cancel that guy. He just doesn't give a shit. All right. Yeah, I don't know about just dropping that word like that. I think the bigger issue is him like, oh my God, yeah, don't shoot my video. I don't want to be recorded. Fuck you. Post my dick. He's kind of an asshole. All right, just a forewarning. This is going to be the shortest show in a long, long time. Everything's hard. Everything's difficult. Well, not my dick. I am not that hard. I'm not hard at all. But I can just feel it's like all slipping away from me and I'm going to lose my mind. So I apologize for that ahead of time. But there is at least one more thing I want to talk about. And then Andrea writes, I think I want to see Kid Rock more now. What the fuck? Oh my God. You're a fucking animal. You know that? You are an absolute animal. Holy shit. It's comments like that made Anna go away. It's your fault, you jackass. Megan says, I don't want to cancel anybody ever, just watching where my money goes and who it supports more than ever. Yeah, I get it. Okay, but I definitely want to get into this. And I don't have it ready. So hang on. Okay. Transgender athletes. All right. We've gone round and round about this, about what to do, especially in like high school or college sports, where you got a guy who decides he wants to be a girl and then is going to compete in sports with other women. Lawmakers in 27 states have proposed legislation that would ban transgender athletes from competing in school sports that match their gender identity, sparking outcry from both parents and advocacy groups who call the restrictions unconstitutional. Idaho became the first state to enact such a ban last year, but it was blocked by a federal judge amid an ongoing legal battle. The law would allow anyone to challenge a person's gender identity and require them to present a birth certificate as proof. This year, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Montana, South Dakota, West Virginia, Florida, and Tennessee enacted similar bans of their own. Female athletes in several states have filed lawsuits against local school districts or states after transgender athletes defeated them in competitions, claiming transgender women possess a distinct advantage over them. Now, okay, this is how I feel about this. If you can prove that a man who becomes a woman has has an advantage, and that is a fact. 100% based in fact, not Joe Rogan. I'm talking about an actual fact backed by science. If you can prove that, then yes, this is a problem. The cases are highlighted by Republicans who support outright bans, with lawmakers saying they want to protect female athletes. However, researchers say it's not clear how many transgender athletes are actually competing across the country, and say there's no definitive proof that trans athletes hold an advantage over, I've seen this term, but cisgender players. I guess that means people who were born a certain way and they stay that way, kind of like that Lady Gaga song. Again, no definitive proof yet that trans athletes hold an advantage over cisgender players. We don't know. So until we know, I don't know if you can basically say you can't. I think that they should find out. I mean, if they do find out, yes, Tommy, who became Tamra, is much stronger, faster, whatever it is. This person is a lady in name only, because some of these people who are trans athletes they're changing their identity, their gender like that. Some might just say, yeah, I'm identifying as a woman, and then just go out and kick everybody's ass. That's kind of where this leads, Most sports associations, high school and college levels, do not keep account on how many trans athletes are competing. I think they should. Where policies do exist, their implementations are unique. In Ohio, transgender students must apply to compete on sports teams they identify with and are accepted on a case-by-case basis. So does that mean they have to have like an interview with them? All right, so how far along are you in becoming a woman? Oh, only in name? Well, then no, you can't compete. I think you would actually have to show actively that you're working on becoming a woman. Maybe taking certain medicines, maybe a procedure done. I don't know. Since the fall of 2015, there have been 48 transgender rulings, and of those, there have been only 11 transgender female approvals. A spokesperson from the Ohio School Athletic Association said in a statement, all of the bills require children to prove their gender. 22 bills solely ban trans girls from female teams. There are a few completed studies on whether younger transgender athletes have a measurable advantage over cisgender athletes. The bills in Arkansas, New Jersey, Kansas, and Rhode Island cite a 2012 article published in Psychology Today that claims, quote, men have greater cardiovascular reserve with larger hearts, greater lung volume per body mass, a higher red blood cell count, and higher hemoglobin than women, which means the ability to transport oxygen more efficiently. More oxygen it gets to the muscles, they're going to be able to work harder, longer. The bills claim these advantages are most important for success in sports such as strength, speed, and endurance, and give transgender women an advantage against cisgender women, calling them biological males. The British researcher said the research tells a different story. The difference in athleticism between girls and boys before puberty is almost inconsequential and doesn't require separate sports teams, much less a ban on transgender athletes. When students begin to mature, she said, the larger differences can start to become more apparent, but only translate outright to athletic performance in sports like track and field or sprinting, where athletes perform in solo events. Well, there you go. Win-win, because I've told you many times how shitty track and field is. You want to liven up the track and field event, you have a dude racing against the girls, and then everybody's rooting against the dude who says he is a woman for all the other women to kick his ass. So this is going around right now, and I don't think we're ever going to escape this. Opponents worry the bills could cause negative mental health effects on trans athletes. What a pain in the ass it must be for somebody who's dealing with that. I mean, seriously. If you're born a dude and you want to become a woman, that's a tough life to live. Make no mistake. It's part of me is like, you know what? If it gives them a little bit of joy to win the 100-yard dash against all the fucking girls and come in first place, go from being a man to a woman, win the 100-yard dash, whatever. At the end of the day, how many examples of this are really actually going to happen? If this is just a handful of incidents that they have to deal with it, well, sorry, not everything works out. I don't think it should be that big of a deal. Do we really need to be losing sleep over who wins the 100-yard dash or the quarter mile in the stupid high school track meet, for God's sake? All right. I'm sure there's lots of comments about this. Stevie says, yes, track and field would be more interesting if you threw firecrackers into the mix. Mm-hmm. God made man and woman differently. I'm so tired of people trying to make believe otherwise. Megan says, in baseball, when we do this, we have to pay $150 every time you challenge an age. Wonder how much it will cost to challenge gender. Dirk says, advantage? Boxing dude that broke 2 women's skulls isn't proof? Cisgender, people who follow science? Dirk says, I have no issue with people who want to believe whatever the hell they want, but they don't have the right to reshape our society based on them identifying as a unicorn. Tio says, Karen cares who wins the track and field meet. Patriot Nick, I'll round it out with, let's cancel sports if it doesn't matter. Well, maybe that's the answer. I don't know. All right. Real quick. Thank you to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. You are awesome. 231-332-6505. Reach out to Mario if you are in the market for a mortgage. 231-332-6505. I've got another gun training CPL class that is coming your way from Prince Arming. Latest class, let's see. It happens... CPL training happens Saturday, June 19th at 8 a.m. Happens in beautiful Allendale, Michigan. If you are interested in signing up to be able to carry your pistol concealed, you don't even need to own a gun. Just go to princearming.com and sign up, or their Facebook page. You can get to it by going to my page, clicking on their logo, and then that'll take you right to their page where you can sign up. $125 is what it's going to take for you to complete the training. From my friends at Prince Arming, online at princearming.com. Okay. I am abbreviating the show for obvious reasons. I just don't feel great. But I wanted to get something done. And it wasn't until I started this show today that I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this. I feel like shit. I just feel terrible. I apologize for that. I do have the asshole of the day. If you have a suggestion for the asshole of the day. Yesterday, it was Courtney Stodden's mom and dad. Today, could it be Mike Ball? I doubt it. Could it be the NFK talking about the squirrel getting to the bird feeder? Could it be the squirrel? Could it be Amazon? Could it be Kid Rock? Could it be transgender athletes? Who is your athlete? Who is your asshole of the day? Yeah, I was going to say athlete of the day. I don't think there's no mistake in this. It's got to be the cowboy, the one and only Kid Rock is your asshole of the day. Man, I used to be so into Kid Rock. Kid Rock was my guy. I loved Kid Rock. I saw him so many times. Queen of the Forest and I would go and check him out, and it was always great. And but now he's turned into such an asshole. I've kind of soured on him. I don't think I want to be like if I listen to him now, it just doesn't have the same punch because he just seems like such an asshole. Kid Rock is your asshole of the day, and it's brought to you by TC Paintball, online at tcpaintballgr.com. Thank you. Book a party with them. And my pal Jason Mays from JM Synthetics. Thank you for contributing and being part of this show. Get your lube. Get your AMSOIL products from the one and only Jason Mays. Okay, I'm going to leave it right there, folks. Thank you so much for everything. I'll be back 10:30. We have Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia with Dale. And then, of course, the Patreon bonus podcast. I'll talk to you then, folks. Have a good one. Bye-bye.